Well, hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. Tonight is a very special video. This is my 100th upload. 100 videos I've put out on the internet, and tonight I'm going to do a reacting video. I'm gonna react to some of my old videos. I've been doing this for almost 2 years now. So I poured myself a beer in this lovely, actually Nick poured this for me, but this is a little thermos. Is that what do you guys call these thermoses? It's a thermos, I guess, that Nick and I got when we were in Key West. Keeping my beer cold, but I'm gonna turn down my music and let's jump right in. I'm gonna start way back. So I'm going to go back to the first video that I ever put on YouTube. Oh my god. And I'm pretty sure that this is now private, but I'll show you guys some of it. Okay. Shot show, arrow cutting, workout, elk and coyote. What a creative title I had. Nick picked me up from work and it was snowing. Apparently, when was this? I uploaded this January 17th. Tonight we're gonna spend some time cutting my arrows. Can I just stop for a second? This first portion of the video was filmed on a GoPro. Just a naked GoPro out of its case. I've never had an arrow cutter before. We'll see how this goes. I think I need some eye protection. Go! The car again. Oh, all the elk. And a coyote. Just got finished with today's workout. Today I did some barbell squats, lighter weight. This is really cool. So we saw a coyote up on the hill. We were down in the truck and we had the camera, so we zoomed in and just started filming him. We caught him catching dinner, which was so cool. I've never actually seen that happen in person. I've never seen a coyote successfully kill something, so that was pretty cool. This was also cool footage because the coyotes were getting really close to the elk. They were like sort of intertwined with the group, and there was, you know, a little coyote pack, like a wolf pack. Nothing ended up happening that was super interesting other than, you know, one of the cows kind of stood up and told them to get out of there, but it was cool nonetheless. So that was my first video ever, or at least a portion of it, and that is no longer available on the internet, so I'm sorry that you can't enjoy that video. Ooh, deer meat infested tapeworm cysts. Throw away or keep. That is not clickbait, that is 100% real. Ooh. One thing that I did not talk about on my Instagram at all this year, whenever I got my mule deer out here in Idaho, is the fact that it had a tapeworm cyst all throughout the meat of my mule deer. You know, this is fine for humans to eat, and there's no reason why I should let this meat go to waste. You watch the rest of that if you want to learn more, because I didn't know anything about tapeworm cysts until that deer. So it taught me something. Oh, solo rifle hunt, solo bear hunt. Oh, solo rifle hunt, spring bear hunt. This is beautiful. You should see this. This was around the time when I first started solo hunting. So this was a spring bear hunt. The season before, I had done a couple very short, maybe like 2 to 4 mile sort of loop hunts by myself, which was very exciting to start to hunt on my own, especially out in the Rocky Mountains. But this was the following spring, so it was still a fairly new experience for me, and this was the first time that I had ever filmed it. This is my favorite video. Oh, I forgot I did this. We have never been to, we don't really know. I included some footage of us spring turkey hunting. Nick and I went and explored a new area. It wasn't very good footage though, so. There are turkeys here. There's... Makes me want to be back in the mountains. Right now I'm in Pennsylvania for the holidays for November and December, and then over the winter. So I'm gonna kind of start to fill you guys in on some secret stuff that's going on, but over the winter months, early next year. So like mid-January, after some trade shows, in February and March, I will be down in Florida, in like the Everglades and down in the Keys, and in Jupiter, Florida too. I'll be in like Jupiter, the Everglades, and the Keys for those winter months, and then I'll get back to the mountains.
It's like a guess. Say mountain lion. Got her with a cat.
I don't know why I was so certain it was a mountain lion. I think it's because I was most fearful of mountain lions. So in the country that I was hunting in, there aren't grizz. It's wolves, mountain lion, black bear are sort of the top of the food chain there. And mountain lion, very specifically, is what I was most worried about for my own safety. So of course it was mountain lion that got hold of that elk cat. Oh, this is cool. I was glassing, and then here comes some elk. It was weird though, because they were running towards me, but I had thought that my movement had spooked them.
I told you I smelled them.
But there had to have been something else farther away. But if you can see, it's a cow and a bull. And when was this posted? April 27th. It was like past the time when the elk should have dropped their antlers, but he was still holding on to his, which was crazy. And I was so confused. That, I think, still is one of my favorite videos. One of my favorite videos, because it was my first time recording and sharing a solo hunt. The perfect duck breasts, pickled duck organs. This was a video that Nick and I filmed together. Let's see, oh, it's still in the same apartment.
YouTube, I am coming to you from
in nitro beer.
Today. Nick and I are going to be cooking some duck breasts. These are ducks that I shot this season, and then we have some fun new beer to try. I don't even know what this is. Nick bought it. I have no clue. We also have something that has been brewing in this pickle jar, which I'll get to a little bit later, that we're gonna try.
I'll tell you right now, we had, it was like buttered flavored pickles. I don't know, they were just very sweet pickles, and so after we ate them, we kept the pickle juice. Then we put duck hearts and gizzards in that, and they were actually pretty damn good. Let's see, I want to see when Nick comes in this, because Nick's not in a lot of videos, so hold on, I'm gonna skip ahead to when he comes in. Oh, there he is, making his first appearance ever. His hair is so short here. I'm gonna insert a picture and he's probably gonna kill me, but his hair is so long right now, and I love it long. I loved it short too, but it's just funny seeing him like that.
Medium rare.
Look at him.
About 3 minutes, sear on each side.
Just
If you have an internal temperature probe, probably be around 130 or 30 degrees.
I'm not the one who bought it.
You'll have to make fun.
No.
And then we try it, and it was great. Although I must say, duck meat is not my favorite. Like, so much so that sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to kill any ducks because I don't want to eat them. Frankly, that's bad. You guys are probably going to attack me in the comment section, but that's okay. It's the truth. I mean, when I hunt them, I eat them, and then every time I eat them, I'm just like, I wish I was eating something else. Is that bad to say? I don't know. Oh, camping alone story time. I watched this in probably literally since I put it up. Oh. Just can't help cry. I was gonna say smile.
I thought this would be an appropriate time to tell the story of
So in context, this was my very first overnight backcountry trip ever.
Being afraid of the dark while hunting. Just being afraid of like being in the dark in the wilderness in general.
That
night. I get to the spot that I wanted to go to, and as I was turning the car off, I was petrified. I was like, I can't get out.
Basically, I tell a story about how I try to go out for the very first time alone ever, and I wake up at the ass crack of dawn, and I drive to my spot, and I couldn't get out of the truck because I was too scared. And you can watch the video for the rest of the story, but in a nutshell, that is what happened. That's kind of cute that I told that during my first overnight. And this was before night actually fell. Continuing. This video, scouting for deer and elk solo backcountry hunt. So this is probably my second favorite, up there with my solo bear hunt. And it's probably just because those moments mean a lot to me. Like my first solo backcountry experience. That's a moment that you're always going to remember. And I captured it on film. So not only will I have, you know, the memory of it that I created, but also the memory that I created through film as well, which is kind of neat. It's like my whole YouTube channel is a diary.
I am back in the mountains on a solo adventure. I set up a camera to see if I can...
Worst spot ever, by the way. Literally, I was just on a trail and I was like, oh, this looks like a good trail. I'm gonna throw a camera up right here. But no, it was not a great spot.
Catch any critters moving through. I am scouting. This is a semi-new area. I've explored parts of this, but not a lot of it. I am spending the night out on the mountain alone. Right now I feel comfortable and excited, and we'll see how I feel about that later, but like I brought a book.
This was the start of me reading books that somehow connected to my love of the mountains and public land, and partially hunting. Hunting was like, I guess, part of what I'm looking for out of it. But actually, if you kind of look at the history of books that I've been reading, Sand County Almanac, The River of Doubt, Into the Wild, The Big Burn, these kind of books don't necessarily focus on hunting. A lot of them aren't even about hunting, but they're just about the appreciation of nature, the appreciation of open, wild spaces and public land, and this was really like the start of that.
Having this time alone would be the perfect opportunity to like sit down, read, and connect to the words in this book.
Funny thing is, I remember when I was out there, I brought my spotting scope because this was a scouting trip, but I remember like deep down, I really just wanted to go and see if I could spend an overnight, and I wanted to be out in nature and experience the mountains. I love that so much, and this is like, is it weird? It's like giving me goosebumps watching because I'm getting like those same feelings again. So I built a fire before dark, partially to cook my meals, partially just for a little bit of warmth and like comfort. But as you see, the sun was going down. As soon as the sun went down completely, I like poured dirt all over the fire, and then I was out. I like ran into my tent, and it looks a little bit darker.
Fire is out.
It looks a little bit darker than it actually was, but it was still like kind of that zone where you could kind of see like you didn't really need your light, but I was secretly frightened. So I'd talk about it in the morning, but that was seriously like the longest night of my life. I kept thinking about mountain lions pouncing on the tent and trying to eat me. And the wind, oh, it was just horrible. Even if I did fall asleep, the wind would rattle the tent and I would wake right back up. It was a nightmare. But still, such a sweet memory. Okay, just a couple more. A couple more. Oh, I wanna watch this one. Fly fishing in Alpine Lake, explore the West. Ooh. I like the thumbnail I did for this one. Oh, I like this one too. Nick's in this one. I like this music actually. So on the hike in, we found a ton of thimbleberries. This was late summer, so this was in August. And actually, I don't know why I wasn't antelope hunting. This was published on the 27th. Must have just been sick of antelope hunting. But there were so many thimbleberries, and I remember not wanting to show it because I was like, what if people somehow figure out where I am and then they come and they get all my thimbleberries? Oh, this is funny. I still have that backpack. He bit a hole in it. And I still, like, when I look at it, I'm like, oh my god, this stupid chipmunk ate a hole in my back. Rolling Nick. Oh, it splashed down. We didn't catch any fish. Spoiler alert, if you go and watch the video, no fish, but that was such a sweet adventure. Oh, here's another good one. There are definitely certain videos that I just love because they're memories of mine. Bow hunting, archery, grouse. Real quick, just a couple more. I'm actually having fun doing this. All my beer's gone. I love hunting grouse with a bow. So we were actually hunting elk, and on our way in, we found these grouse, and it was like just too good of an opportunity to pass up. And there were actually more grouse that we could have killed. And then in hindsight, we totally should have went elk hunting. That was my first time killing a grouse, and I was so excited. There are easier ways to clean these birds too. This was just my first time ever. Okay, let's see. What else? Shooting my hunting rifle. I don't even remember this one. What is this one about? Oh, so this was during mule deer season, which was so frustrating. Oh. So as you can hear, I was totally jamming out, and I had these like Walker's headphone muffs, which I'll link below. But the reason why they were so great is because I could hear my music while I was shooting, and it was just so comforting. I was by myself, and I'm shooting a 308. It was kicking the crap out of me, which you can, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it was definitely like a big gun. Oh my god, reading my Instagram DMs. I don't even know if I want to watch those. I remember I didn't actually read like all of them. Ooh, but good music. I kept it very PG. Oh, this is cute. Shooting my Hawaii to find mountain music and news. What was my news?
Hello, YouTube. Welcome back.
Let's find out.
To my channel.
So in this video, I shoot my bow, and then I can't remember what the news is, so we're gonna find out. But I remember I played my guitar. I cannot actually play guitar. I can play like 5 chords, enough that I can sing along to a handful of songs that I taught myself how to play. But for whatever reason, I felt so inclined to play my guitar on camera. Okay, like, what is my news?
I will actually be hunting next weekend. So next week is Thanksgiving, and I have all weekend, including Thanksgiving.
Happy early Thanksgiving!
Go on a archery
mule deer hunt, a late season archery mule deer hunt.
Is that my announcement?
Solo. It'll be a solo mission. So that's part of the reason why I'm like, I better come out and practice shooting my bow.
That was my news. My news was that I was hunting over Thanksgiving weekend for a late season archery tag. What a dork. That's funny. That hunt was actually really cool. I went on a solo trip, area that I'd never been before. It was over Thanksgiving because I'm from Pittsburgh. I was out west and none of my friends or family were there. And I had like coworkers that invited me to like a Friendsgiving, kind of like the like adopted children of this small little mountain town would come together and eat Thanksgiving dinner together, which I'd done in years prior, but I was like, no, I'm gonna go hunt. I'm just gonna do this solo trip, which was cool. That's actually a pretty good memory. I don't think I filmed that, but you know, good nonetheless. There's so many videos. Hold on, I need to show you this moment, because if you haven't seen this moment, this is PA deer hunting Flintlock. So this was over like December, January. I was back in PA for a little bit. So I was hunting whitetail with a flintlock. And I'm just gonna skip, oh, I'm squirrel hunting. Hold on, look at this.
We've got a 22 and 12 gauge and camera.
Nick and I were squirrel hunting, but we didn't find anything. Classic story of my life. But I need to show you this. So I was sitting there hunting with the flintlock and I'd put the powder in way ahead of time, and then this is what unfolded. I was so confused. The powder didn't ignite because it sat there for so long, and by so long I mean it was like 30 minutes, but it was my first time hunting with a flintlock. I had no clue that the powder could like suck up moisture and become what am I trying to say? I had no idea that you had to wait to put the powder in, especially in moist conditions like I was in. So I was super confused and I was so upset because I could have shot a whitetail, but I had a misfire, I guess you call it. Fail. Oh, I like this one too. This one is called Hiking, Allegheny National Forest, Black Bear. I feel like my titles sucked. They probably still do suck. This was cute. This was Nick and myself in Pennsylvania. Oh, and we picked up Nick's black bear. That's what that is. He killed a black bear last year. This was published in March of this year.
YouTube? Oh, baby, look.
Baby. Oh, I was so happy. So I was so excited because I was able to identify the tree. It was a white pine, and as we were like walking on this trail, as we were walking in, the Forest Service had put up this little station where you could learn a little bit about the forest, about the health of the landscape, what kind of plant life was there, and one of the things that I'd learned from this board was the difference between white pine and hemlock. So as I was walking on the trail, I was looking for those two trees so that I could, you know, figure out if I could actually tell the difference. And I found my first white pine and I was so excited, and it was huge. It was in an area that they had never logged before. It was a protected area, so these trees were just hundreds of feet tall, and it was so cool. And so that's why I was so excited. Oh, this was funny. Nick couldn't get up. He was just like bear hugging this fallen hemlock.
If you look at the bark, it looks very similar to the bark of the white pine that we were looking at. But it's not a white pine, and I can tell by the needles. So this is a hemlock pine.
I was so excited that I could tell it.
It's just funner to be off the trail.
Oh, this was actually interesting. There was like a little cave, and there was so much poop underneath the cave, and we couldn't figure it out. And then like afterwards, post trip, we Googled search and did some research, and we think it was porcupine poop. I thought it could have been bat poop, but we think it was porcupine poop based on our research. That's a good video. Oh wait, hold on, I'll show you Nick's bear real quick and then we'll bounce. Look at him.
this video is good. Cooking with bear fat. So let's just watch real quick. Wait, let's just... Again, crappy music. Yikes. Let's see. So basically, we invited some friends over and we just had a big wild game feast. We were cooking jackrabbit, cottontail, whitetail. Jackrabbit was so good, by the way. And then, this is what I want to skip ahead to, we cooked halibut, Alaskan caught wild halibut that a friend had caught and given to me. We cooked it in bear fat that we rendered from Nick's bear that you saw in that last video. It's starting to change. Take a look. You can see the oil starting to make an appearance. So, I put the boys up to getting the breading ready for the halibut, and we just look at what they did. They took breadcrumbs and egg and just mixed it together in a bowl. So now I'm getting the breading ready. So there are more videos, but I am going to end it here. If you want to see more, comment below, like this video, let me know. If not, it's cool too. I thought this was a fun way to celebrate my 100th video. So thank you all so much for following along and watching the videos and commenting and liking and subscribing and being part of this whole journey. I really do feel like I've been growing up over the past 2 years sharing videos on the internet. So thank you. And here is to, even though I have no more beer, here is to 100 videos, and I'm excited to continue sharing here. So cheers to that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.